Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room for Monday, June the 3rd. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Can I get a quick sound check, please? All right. So we got a couple of ones that are going crazy this morning, especially the GNCA recent reverse splitter. Up on phase 1/2A results. Low float, of course, 6 million in the float. So see what happens once this market opens. It's already up almost 100%. The one I'm interested in right now is OTLK. They had news also, some kind of a deal with Fuji. But I'm interested in this one. If you look at the weekly chart, you can see right there, I think 330 or so is the high. 335, okay, 335. That would be 2 weeks ago. And even last week it almost got up there. So we're at $3 right now. You can see if it takes that out, look at the room it has on the weekly chart. So have to wait and see if it can take that out. And relatively low float. I mean, this is very low float, but of course we're getting used to these ones with the sub, 5 million, 1 million. But anyway, 19 million is certainly a low float. CY, yeah, it's a buyout, German company. IFNNY. LK, boy, surprising me. LK is still strong. The Chinese Starbucks, still strong. This is the IPO a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, IPO. Didn't look very good for a while, but it has really rebounded well. $13 off that 1360 low. So almost $10 off that low a couple of weeks ago. A flyer on, I think this was on Friday, Friday, DMPI, or certainly last week, DMPI, gapping down on their financing news. I think it's not very much, but trying to see what they did. Yeah, 1.1 million shares at $3.10 a share, so it's underneath the financing price. Hardly any earnings plays, but there is this one this morning. It's a little from China, HMI. So this is an earnings play. HTBX. Let's see what happens here. They gapped up on phase 2 results. Again, relatively low float, 22 million in the float. If it can take out $1 again, let's see, in the pre-market, it got up to $1.15. So, this is the ultimate 150, not ultimate, but I mean, there is some great resistance right here. It looks like solid resistance right here, $1.50. But that, if it ever got up to there from $1, that would be a nice percentage move. You have to wait to see what happens once the market opens. This doesn't have a really nice looking chart, but is a low float, 3.78 million in float, gap up on a China deal. I think this is an Israeli stock. Yeah, it's an Israeli stock, MDGS. So they've gapped up on a China deal. And Teva's been kind of whippy this morning. They had an upgrade. I discount these bottoming tails. I don't understand exactly what happens there. But anyway, discounting those bottoming tails. But yeah, they've got Oppenheimer has upgraded them this morning. That's for Teva, TEVA. And that is, no, and Lyft. Okay, guys, so the trade of the week is Lyft, LYFT. I think it's supposed to be active at around 58.80, 58.80. Yeah, it's trying to come back. I mean, look, it's been dump all over it if we want, but certainly on the weekly chart, it is starting to move back. To me, this would be the area to take out 63. Anyway, the trigger is 58.80 according to the trade of the week. All right, let me see if there are any upgrades and downgrades. Well, no, there will be some, but how many from briefing.com this morning? All right, there are some of the upgrades. Look at the downgrades in now. All right, there are some of the upgrades and downgrades. It's dividend. It's a dividend reel. $9 dividend or something like that for CYOU. Right there. One, CNC, this is gapped down a little bit here. Quite a bit, actually. The reason is that Humana, I think they thought there would be a bidding war, but Humana has basically said we're not interested anymore. So this leaves it for WCG. WCG is taking them over, buying them. So WCG is up. That's basically why CNC is down. I guess they thought that maybe Humana would continue a bidding war, but Humana is not. I'm in no trades, no. Yeah, here's the news again. So there's a CNC. Humana will not bid for Centene. Okay, just kind of watching this again. The OTLK is really can be very interesting. I mean, it's already up 23%, but you can see if it can take out that 330 level. May not happen today, but if it does happen today, a lot of room, but might have some follow through tomorrow or sometime this week. AVOL. AVOL. No, why is not getting any information here in the single stock? Let me just see. Okay, there's got to be a reason. Oh, AVDL. Well, obviously there's no volume yet. I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, obviously it's had a nice run in the last month or so from $1.10 to $1.70. Is this a pink sheet stock? No, not a pink sheeter. Really don't know what to say. I mean, obviously, on the weekly chart, it still has room up to that area, but that might stall it a little more. 217 right there. But there's no volume, so I really don't know what to say about it today. All right, ELTK is starting to drift down here. Of course, this one last week was one of the crazy ones. That's right. ELTK got all the way up to 1160. Not shortable for me anyway at Interactive Brokers, but this is starting to really move down here now. Down almost, well, it's down 9%. But it is not shortable for me. Yeah, no kidding. This pop. All right, guys. I think I lost the audio. Yeah, no, I know it. I lost it. I'll just get it back now. So is the screen sharing? Is the screen sharing up now? Okay. Yeah, ripping here. AMD. Is this your first time here, Mark? If you should be using Chrome as your browser, go to the settings, Chrome browser settings. Probably have to scroll down to the bottom, click on advanced, and basically scroll down again. You have to disable your hardware accelerator. All right. And then you'll be able to see okay. Look at a couple other well, here's a little one that is really moving here, up 39%, 20 cents, 500,000 shares, SLS. We've seen this act before. A lot of resistance looks like around the 80 mark, 83 mark. It doesn't have a beautiful looking daily. If you see it sort of stepping down, and that's SLS. I think they probably have announces immune response data. So they do have a little bit of news on SLS. Low float probably, yeah, 3 million in the float. We'll be very, very short on earnings plays this week. So we'll probably be a lot of low float mania again. Yeah, I'll stick an alert down here for the CNC. Well, the market thinks so, Jennifer. Market doesn't lie, no matter what we think. Yeah, I mean, TRVI, you're right. It's a lifetime high now. This is the IPO from last week, or from, it's about 4 weeks ago, so about a month ago. SLS now making into my gappers list. I just wish, looks like there's a lot of resistance right around here. Look at the weekly chart for it, right around the dollar level. You see how it kind of stair steps down though? Much rather see something that's more like 45 degrees down and then the pop. You have all these little potential pockets of resistance on this weekly chart. Yeah, LK is definitely, for me anyway, a bit of a surprise. Look at the low it hit, as I say, 2 weeks ago. This is the IPO week. So it is, I think the IPO was at 17, so now it's above the IPO price. Yeah, so if you're wondering, again, there it is. Samsung will pay. No terms disclosed, but yeah, I mean, obviously Samsung's huge. So what if probably get a better picture once the terms are disclosed, but man, oh man, what a nice spike for AMD. You know, it takes a lot to move a stock like this, $1 billion in the float, but that's the sort of news that can do it. 50-50, MJ. All right, Tiva is now, holding that 9 level. The only reason it's up is because of an Oppenheimer upgrade. I believe that's the only reason it's up. Whoa, look at this pop here for MRTX. Just sort of happening now, MRTX. Look at this gap up. I don't see a specific reason for it. I'm just checking my headlines. It's probably just coming in now. MRTX, look at this pop up. And it's a lifetime high. Look at this, 23%. It's almost like it's a buyout or something. All right, CNC starting to move down now. I'm looking to see if there's anything about MRTX. I just don't see it yet. Let me see if I go to another source. No, don't see anything yet. So probably have to go to Twitter or something like that. Okay, thank you. It's just not hitting. It's just not hitting my IB headlines yet. DWDP, no, I did not. I didn't see it. DWD, well, that's a while ago though, isn't it? Oh, the stock split. That's right. It went. Yeah, that's a forward split. Oh no, it is a reverse split. Well, I don't know why they did it. To be honest, it's not. To me, it's not interesting. Then, I mean, going from 30 to 91. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's only, well, I don't even know. I mean, we say 42,000. That's probably not right, but definitely a low float. It's DWDP, but I mean, it's not. I don't know why they did it. To be honest, it must have their reason. They went from a $30 stock to a $91 stock, so that's not. That doesn't interest me at all. But they've done yeah, some crazy things. CTVA. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with him. Sorry. All right, get rid of these guys and this guy, and I'll bring up my gappers now. You're on your own in that one. I'm sorry. I mean, that is so. It's a reverse splitter. I mean, it's up 100% right now. You know, I mean, if it, yeah, I mean, look, if it takes out 1222, who knows? I mean, you have to. I can't recommend anything on this one. I mean, obviously, it's got. I don't even know where the next resistance is. Yeah, there really isn't any. I mean, you look left on the weekly chart. Let's see, 1117. Yeah, you do have little areas here. I mean, obviously, if it got through 1117, I mean, then it's got an incredible potential gap to fill. You never know. I'll stick an alert at 17. What? Yeah, I put my compare count. I got it in the scans. Somebody asked about the compare count on the, I think on Friday, I decided I'd put it up here. It's basically two competing strategies, one on the long side, one on the short side. You'll see, once the market opens, you'll see a little more closely. But, if I look at this, so this is the, these are the filters I'm using. Same filters on the downside. So if the stock hits a new high, once the market opens, or pre-market highs with these filters in place, we'll see it. And then the competing strategy, of course, is just the reverse. Same strategies or same filters, just if a stock hits a new low or a new pre-market low. You're called the compare counts. Yeah, it's called, you click on new, it's called the compare count window, new compare count window. It's an interesting way to gauge market reactions, the direction of the market. I mean, you obviously have your SPY, but you can set up, I call them competing strategies. This is 300 upside with stocks greater than 300,000 shares versus the downside of stocks greater than 300,000 shares trading with other filters in place. And then you'll get a live ticker as stocks. Oh, market's opening. Sorry, guys. Let's have a great start to this trading week. Well, there's Uber, sorry, Lyft guys. Well, I just wasn't talking. Again, guys, not the radio. Don't talk all the time. Well, first of all, let me make sure. I'm just going to do a sound test right now. You guys can hear me, right? Okay. We have another one, NKTR, kind of moving here. All right, so OTLK is not interested unless it takes us out. That's about 330, so starting to give it up, as is the JNCA. All right, we have a halt right now, ATXI, a halt. Right now, just got halted. Volatility halt. What's the float like? Okay, so this could go crazy. What do we have for resistance here on the weekly chart? So it's not a beautiful one, but I suppose there's an argument or a case could be made for this 8 area up here. And this is going. Looks like it's going to definitely gap higher once it opens. 730, 730, bid ask stacking up. So this is halted ATXI. IOVA, yeah, a little bit of continuation here for it. Had a great day, well, a week, should say, last week, but it did give a lot up, but it's trying to come back here. Big down day on Friday, actually. That's right. It had the big down day on Friday. After gapping up here, looks like this was. I don't think this wasn't on earnings, but anyway, big gap up there. Then the big down day on Friday, trying to recover somewhat. That's IOVA. CNC starting to move. No, I'm sorry. It's starting to move down a little bit, but it's still above the pre-market lows. CNC. I think this is a buyout. EE. I believe this is a buyout. Yeah, JP Morgan Infrastructure Fund for 68.25. So this is a buyout. It's a little under the buyout price. Okay, yeah, just be careful with this one, guys. I mean, look at that bottoming tail, all the way down to 975, and then it just pops back up to 11. So just be careful. As I like to say in these ones, you're on your own trading it. I mean, it's until it settles down, at least, which it may never completely settle down. Oh, AMD continues to rip here on the Samsung news. What do we have for resistance here? So on the daily chart, 2968 looking left. I go, that's the next high looking left. I'm not saying that's resistance, but that is the next high looking left for AMD. Okay, this should be opening at 9:36:51. Okay, 9:35 minutes. If this is a 5-minute halt, and the bid ask is still stacking up. I have to put this here. ATXI. I don't know, but I got to get rid of Heatavix. ATXI. I'll put that one right there. Let's see. Single stock window appears to be working for me. Okay, guys, HMI, one of the few earnings plays. There it is, HMI. Typically, just click on your account and do a reset, all right? All right, guys, it's ATXI. Should be opening in less than 20 seconds. ATXI, wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong, thought it said 8. So $7. So ATXI should be opening now. There it is. Wow, look at this guy, 764. Oh, man. Late stage study, too. Late stage study for this one. There's the news on it. Late stage study. Now my single stock is starting to okay, guys, I'm having an issue with my single stock now too. Yeah, I know it's been it seems to be happening every day for a little bit at the beginning of the day. A pain in the butt. Yeah, I already. Yeah, Julio, I don't know. Did that. I don't know if you're listening, Julio. You can see it's come back now, but it seems to happen right at the beginning of the day sometimes. Okay, so there's a ATXI. Well, keep an eye on this ATXI, guys. I mean, let's see. There's the pre-market. There's where it's spiked up to almost $8. Low float situation. Yeah, beyond me, my goodness, beyond belief, as I call it. Wow. FPRX has been triggering for me. Wow, look at FPRX, 5 Prime Therapeutics. Don't see the specific reason. I see some lowering, some downgrades from Wells Fargo. I guess they presented on the first, was that Friday? Friday afternoon then. All right, I'm going to keep watching this ATXI if it takes out 7 later on, but right now doesn't quite have the follow through. Boy, FPRX, what is this? No bid ask on IBRK this morning. Well, do you have live data? Did you subscribe to live data? We've got nothing to do with that. Okay, well, I don't know. So you've been just using it in demo. Look at HMI, son of a gun. Look at this thing, beauty. Not very much volume yet, but it is an earnings play. I mean, if you don't have real-time data, then I mean, your bid ask is really irrelevant then. Yeah, well, it's got nothing to do with us, so you'd have to contact IB. Keep an eye on ATXI, guys, in case it takes out that 7 again. All right, what is MJ doing? Doesn't look like the, yeah, still getting. The goose? All right, let me just stick an alert just over 7 for ATXI. See if it has a little bit more resilience in it. What's the float again in ATXI? Okay, so 6 million in the float for it. Let's see. Here's another one that is starting. It's a REIT, SMTA. All right, so the trade of the week is starting to work not too badly. 58.80 was the triggers. You do what you want to do, of course, but excuse me. So 59.70. Yeah, it's a financing. DMPI is a financing. But it is really reacting very negatively to that financing. The other, however, it also provided, let's see. Yeah, one patient died before the first assessment. So it's not just the financing, guys, but there is also news here. So not good for this company, DMPI. All right. So this is, it's not just a financing that is, this was the original reason, I guess, but now they've also released some not good information about their drug. All right, here's another one that just got halted, CRTV. I'm sorry, CTRV just got halted. I don't believe it, Pitbull. You got in that at 10 cents? FTD, it is. I'm actually having it on a halt also. FTD, good for you. Is that a pink sheeter? No, not even a pink sheet stock. It dumped after the offering, but they also have news now too. DMPI. And the news is not good when a patient dying and so not good. It might be chapter 11, but today it's chapter nice. All right, so this is, again, this is stacking up 8.8 on the bid ask for a CTRV. It's halted at 745. So we'll see what happens once this opens. How much room does this have? So this has, yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, there's the, you know, the fantasy void right up there, we call it, 18-ish. Not saying it's going to get there or anywhere close to that, but oh, you are right. It is a 1 for 70 reverse split. I am sorry. Yeah, it's a 1 for 70 reverse split. Okay. You're absolutely right. A 1 for 70 reverse split. I'm just looking at the news now. So this stock was really cheap before. So this is a reverse split situation. Well, I have them all open. Drawer, I have them all open, all three of them open. It's not which one. I have all three open. So there's only one alert right now, and that's Dan. Yeah, a little disappointed in the ATXI. I thought this might have more resiliency based on the news. You know, it's late stage. I know it's a small little company, but sometimes that'll be enough. Drora, watch this video if you want to have all three Hollies open at the same time, okay? And incorporate them into your layout. Having all three, eventually, I don't know when, but eventually we're getting rid of that. It'll just be one Holly again. Well, there are three, right? Holly Grail, Holly 2.0, and Holly Neo. Okay, there's the three. Just watch that video and then you can have them all open at once and incorporate them into your layout so you don't have to only have one open at a time. Man, oh man, I mean, there's only one earnings play that I saw this morning, and that was HMI. Look at this thing. So we're at on the weekly chart. There's CTRV just opened. CTRV just opened. Again, this is a reverse split, 1 for 70 reverse split. Well, Teva guys, Teva is doing actually pretty well. The only news I saw was an Oppenheimer upgrade. That's the only news I saw. Yeah, it's halted again. CTRV is halted again, and there's no news. I mean, it's a 1 for 70 reverse split, but I mean, there's no news on it other than the reverse split. So is Williams-Sonoma. They had earnings on Friday. WSM is starting to fade here. So it had the big gap up on earnings, and now it is gap down below the 200-day moving average, 57.84. So Williams-Sonoma is WSM gapping down below the 200-day moving average. So right now, this compare count window, basically, you can see it's almost split. You know, these are the competing strategies. 52% of them are down, 48% are up. So I'm not getting any red here yet, or for a while. Snap is on the move here. Snap. Yeah, so LK could not sustain the pre-market. It's about $1 off the pre-market highs for LK. Yeah, red bar ignored. That's what Real is talking about. Red bar ignored for NKTR. Trigger would have been not that far away, actually, 34.65. So it's 34.78. So it's not that far away from that. It's called the compare count window. New compare count window. So basically, it's just two competing, call them two competing strategies. That's all. You know, if I look at the one configure. So here's the first one. They're both the same, just looking for new highs or new pre-market highs with these filters in place. All right. And then the other one is just, of course, same filters in place, looking for new lows and new pre-market lows. All right. So right now you can see that the mark in those strategies, it's basically 50-50. It's just another way of, instead of having two separate alert windows or even a multi-strat, it's just a sort of a different way of looking at it. And this is, well, you can, it's in the I actually added it, scans. If you click on scans, go all the way to the bottom, compare count. All right, there it is. So click on the scans tab. All right. This used to be Coeur d'Alene mining, but CDE. This is starting to move here. CDE. Yeah, if you load it, if I clear it, it'll start afresh, like from this point on. Now you can see how this is an interesting way of pictorially looking at the market. So for instance, I could take the momentum down and the momentum up, just competing strategies, and I could put them into a compare count as an example. All right, guys, I suppose we should keep an eye on this HTBX over $1 again. What's the float? 22 million in the float. HTBX did have some news. Gap up on phase 2 results. All right, ATXI trying to come back here. Yeah, it's here. Just click on the scans. Click on the scan, Chris. Click on the scans tab. All right, and it's right down at the bottom. You have to scroll. I added it over the weekend. Compare count. All right, just click on the scans tab. I'm definitely interested in this one. It gets over 650. Sort of the high of these two, the bodies of these two candles. It may not, but that's why I have an alert set right there. And that's the ATXI. Whoa, look at Zen, guys. Zen is taking a bit of a header here. These are the guys we use for our help desk. Zen. Big area for it to maybe hold around that 80.37. If it doesn't, it still has room to fall. And that's ZEN. And it's actually a green bar ignored. Yeah, green bar ignored on the 5-minute chart right there. A little far away though, 81.86. So all right, so this one just got halted again on the way down, CTRV. Okay, guys, I've taken a kick at this ATVI just in case. All right, got in a little early. I was going to wait for a 650 break. I got in at 631, so we'll see. I'll put a, definitely don't want to see it go below 6 if I can help it. Yeah, and the spread is not good either, so got to be careful on it. Yeah, the spread got crazy on it. Yeah, I'm not. I've got to really watch it. I don't want to see it go below 6 if I can help it. So that should tell you how I share size that if I was prepared to look at 6 as my ultimate get out from 637 or 631. Okay, because I just have to watch this pretty closely. And that's the ATXI. Just watching it, just watching it. All right, guys, I got out of it for a 8-cent loss, okay? And I'll take a look at it again. This time I'll wait for the 650 break. All right, let's see what else is happening here. I don't understand the question. What is a good time to get inside? I have no idea what you mean by that one. Okay, so that little red bar ignore did not continue it up for the NKTR. They don't all work. So Adro here, so this is actually shortable. This is really dropping also. Looks like a bunch of downgrades, but there must be other reasons for it, downgrades. All right, CNC is challenging those lows in the pre-market. No, no, this is just the candle in which the alert happened. When I'm clicking on these ones, like NKTR as an example, so you see right at 9:55 on this 5-minute candle, or the 15-minute, that's all it's telling me, okay? It's just telling me the alert, the candle in which the alert happened. If it's a Holly alert, a little bit different. It does give you the arrow, but it also on the y-axis tells you the entry price and the stop. But otherwise, most of the time when you see blue blue arrows, it's just telling you the candle in which the alert happened. That's all. Semantic is really moving down here. The weekly chart, looking left, we've got 1786. It's a big float, probably. Yeah, 612 million in float. Again, I'm really watching the ATXI, seeing if it can take up that 650 level. No. It's just, yeah, these are not, these are just interesting. No, these are they're not strategies as such as they're giving me ideas, all right? You know, and then I'll look at the daily and the weekly and all that and try to make up my mind if I do want to take the trade or not. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of a lift there. Yeah, it's a buyout by a German company. You see how that one is doing. IFNNY. Obviously probably trade, I'm sure it must trade on a German exchange, in the German exchange. All right, guys, I'm really just kind of watching the ATXI to see if it gets back up to that 650 level. If it does, I might be induced to taking it then. All right, guys, ATXI probably getting ATXI I'm talking about. Got halted earlier, had the big pop up, gave most of it back. Got halted on news. Remember now, if you're new to this room, by the way, this is I don't tell anybody what to buy or sell. I'm just sort of pointing out interesting ideas, and if I take something, I'll tell you. But that's not a recommendation to do what I do. You'll never hear me say, "Okay, guys, everybody should be in this one at 650." Well, AMD still rocketing higher on that Samsung news. Yeah, I'd like to see this take out that right there. How much time left? Another 5 minutes. I mean, so, you know, if it takes out that, I mean, obviously the big volume bar is going to be on that initial spurt when the news came out. I'd like to see that volume bar take over that one. And this alert from Holy Grail for Dan, not too bad. In fact, you look at these bottoming tails here on the reds. Now look at OBLN. Now this was a crazy one last week. The last 2 weeks, OBLN starting at a low float, 15 million in the float. OBLN. Look at the volume. Volume is just coming in here. What do I think of RBZ? Well, it had the news last week, and no, I don't think much of it. Sorry. Okay, CNC starting to really drift down now. So it is, yeah, it's below the pre-market low. Well, so far a good call on the trade of the week for Lyft. 58.80 was the trigger. Yeah, hit a little over 60, but you manage it the way you want to. You know, these are meant to be longer term holds, but you know, you do what you want to do, and it's almost a red bar ignored. Almost. Here's another little one, guys. AXU making a little move here. What do we have for resistance? 135. So it's a little bit close. A little bit close for AXU, but it is popping up on my momentum up. Oh, PVM. You got me there, real. That was it. I understand now. Look at Ari, guys. Wow, Ari. Lifetime high. What a ripper it's been. Had the little bit of a down week last week. Almost a red bar ignored. Oh, okay. MJ, so okay, I now know who you are. Correct? MJ? Who you used to be? Hardly the same question. Same question. No, TradeStation's a broker. We're not a broker. or scanning tool. All right, well, ATXI does not want to move, so I guess I'll just have to forget about it. If you have an Interactive Brokers account, you can, Jefferson. You need an Interactive Brokers account. Then you can go to a symbol and trade, okay? But you do need an Interactive Brokers account. Very nice on the lift, guys. Very, very nice on the lift. Again, you have to trade this the way you see it. You know, 58.80 was the trigger. These are meant to be longer term holds, the trades of the week, but depending how many shares you took, if you took it at all. Wow, ADRO, it was shortable, doggone it. But I may not have got it anyway. It was way, way below 10%. Well, here's a red bar ignored for China Mobile. A little far away though, 44.36. Actually, it's not that far. 44.77 or so. So it's only less than 20 cents away. And does this have room? 45.11. Well, on the weekly chart, you've got maybe some resistance around that 45.11 mark. I don't know about if it's turning, but it does look like it's trying to base here around that 9 level. I don't know if it's turning yet, but okay, well, after I mean, it would have been difficult to take this one on that red bar ignored after that drop, but it is starting to move now. Just a minute, please. Wow, Tiger. Remember, good grief. Look at Tiger, guys. No stopping this one right now. Stamp. No, this is not. This was a potential short from Holly, so I think she got stopped out. So here's the deal, guys. So it got stopped out. If it comes back down to 33.93, there will be a re-entry trigger. Doesn't mean you have to do it, of course, but sort of a second kick at it. 33.93. I think maybe Holly was early on it. I'm going to stick an alert there, see if that happens. All right, so NKTR could be coming into the resistance area right around here, that 3450-ish, okay? That's quite the pullback though on it. I wish this weren't down here on the daily right there. True, look at this gap down for True underneath the whole number now also. There could be some support right around there, 560, not that far away. No, it's not support. It's just, you don't have Holly, so you don't know what I'm talking about exactly. But Holly had an initial short at 33.76, got stopped out. It hit the 34, it hit 34.11, got stopped out. So what happens is within Holly, we have a re-entry price that will get triggered. It's halfway between 33.76 and 34.11. Nothing highly scientific, but there it is. So if it gets back to 33.93, we'll get a re-entry potential. In other words, maybe Holly was a little early the first time. Maybe the second time it'll work. For sure, for shorting, yes. Pitbull, you might have been a little premature here, CNC. But you've got to obey your stops, right? This one, I wish, yeah, too bad this is here. It's AXU is still moving here. Not a low float, 87 million in the float. Waste Management, where are you located? Oh, Vancouver. That's where I live, guys, in case you don't know, but interesting. Never heard of them. No, it's AXU. They're in that's the sector they're in, AXU. I just looked. That's all. That's what I meant. AXU. I wasn't talking about WM. Just AXU, Waste Management Services. Paradox. Hi. Good to see you back. I await your call at 10:30. All right. Well, the one I was paying a lot of attention to this morning, ATXI, looks like it's not going to do anything. Okay, so Mac, you have to you should be using Chrome as your browser. Okay, Chrome is your browser. Okay, go to settings and then scroll down to advanced and then click on that. And then you got to find your hardware accelerator and disable it. You find the hardware accelerator, that should solve it. And then close down your browsers, reload. Okay. XBit, what are you doing? XBit is moving here, no, it's not a red bar ignored at all. Very low volume, 82,000 shares, fairly low float, 25 million in the float. What do we got here? $9 on the weekly chart. A potential fill to there. Quadruple U on the move here. Quadruple U, uranium play. So I wonder if the uraniums are in play right now. All right, Paradox. Man, oh man, it's like going back in time. Or I'll try to answer Michael's question. How do I make that decision? On what specifically? I mean, you talking like the ATXI? I don't avoid small plays at all. So I'm not sure I know what you mean, Michael, exactly. Keep an eye on the OTLK, guys. Again, the OTLK for me, let's see if it can get back up over 3 at least, but more importantly, maybe down the road if it takes out 330 or so. Nice big gap fill. Well, I sort of outlined my plan on the ATXI. I got in a little bit early, so the only way I'll get into these type of plays is that there's news, and there was news, and that's why it spiked up. So, if it takes out that 650, I'll probably take a look at it, but it may not. That's all. So I just set the price alert and forget about it for now. All right, everybody. It is time for links. So first of all, if you are new to the room today, welcome to the room. This is the format of the room every single day. I open the room at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Let me just get the subscription link up there. I open the room at 9 o'clock Eastern time. That's when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic at about 9:05. I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. In the subscription link right there, there is a promo code, Barry for Alpha, all in capital letters, instant 15% savings off the first month only, or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. Show you how much Trade Ideas costs. We've got basically 4 plans. We have a standard yearly, $10.68 a year minus that 15%, or premium, $22.68 a year minus that 15%. This is basically premium gives you Holly. All right, so things like Dan, 1473, 1504. I can see actually not bad. The 5-day bounce, based on what the market is doing right now, they're all working to a certain extent. You know, the Dan is up 2%, but that's the big difference between our premium and our standard. Now, you don't have to take a yearly plan. You can always start off with a standard monthly, $118 a month minus that 15%. That discount is only good for the first month, or the premium, $228 minus the 15%. If within a month, so today is June the 3rd, if by, July the 2nd, you decide you'd like to upgrade from standard to premium or from a monthly plan to a yearly, you can do so and we'll honor that promo code. All right. Now, more links. Now, scans that I share, if you are a Trade Ideas subscriber, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can, let me go over this again. Looks like a half open folder. It's called Room Drive. Looks like a half open folder. Just click on it. I think it's beside my name. Just click on it and you'll see the scans that I share, one of the documents. Just click the download. It'll go into a Word document and then you'll see all the scans that I'm sharing. You'll see some of them on my main monitor that I'm sharing with you. I have others on my other 2 monitors. Or you could, first of all, let me click on the links first. Or all day long in the scans. So you can click on the scans tab and they load here also. All right. So the scans tab. Okay. Now, links. So we've gone over the subscription. If you want to find out more about Holly, click on that link. Now again, the links are here. Room Drive, Trade Ideas links, download right there. So all the links are here. So you can click on that link. You'll find out a lot more about what Holly's all about. You can click on that link. So let me just go to Holly Grail because that's the one that is active this morning. So you see the 5-day bounce as an example. So this strategy made the cut today because it had right profit factor and win percentage combination. We have 50 strategies that get optimized every day. This is basically what happens. We have 50 what we call baseline strategies. Now this is not one of them, but if it were, this is what Holly goes through. At the end of today, she'll take today's market data and she'll take a look at the filters in each strategy. So let's just take a look at this one. Now again, this is not a baseline strategy for Holly. The Holly strategies typically have a lot more filters in place. But basically what she'll do is she'll take a look and say, okay, what if we adjusted this instead of between 50 cents and $10, we change this to $1. All right, see how it's changed? Now we'll run our back tester and see how does that affect the profit factor and win percentage. If it affects it in a more positive way, maybe that's all she does for that strategy. If not, maybe she goes to another filter and makes an adjustment. Or maybe she takes a filter completely out and adds one in. So you can see having to go through 50 strategies, you and I could never do that. It's hard enough to do it for one. But that's what Holly goes through every single day. And then, as I say, tomorrow we'll be presented with the strategies that made the cut. So you can click on that link and you'll see all the strategies that we have and a description of them all. Training Monday to Thursday at noon Eastern. You can sign up for them all right there. Webinars, Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern. You can sign up for them all right there. You can download the latest TI Pro or Beta, which is also right here in the subscription link, right there. Subscribe, or sorry, the download TI Pro or Beta. All right. I went over why should you have the latest. A couple of reasons. If you want, let's see, if you want weekly and monthly charts, you'll need the later version of Trade Ideas. If you want to know what version you have, just click on Help and About. So this is the latest one that is available as a beta. It's perfectly stable, so you could easily download that. This is what happens when you click on that link. You'll be taken to the download link and just scroll down right there, download this, okay? I would definitely do that. And you'll also get things like, as I say, this may not happen, but Stamp was an early short, did not work. There's the short, there's the down candle or down arrow right there. The short was at 33.76, got stopped out at 34.11. You know, actually a red bar ignored there. So this may not re-trigger, but if it does, if the stock goes down to 33.93, you'll get a re-entry trigger. It doesn't mean you have to take it, but you just be alerted to the fact that maybe Holly was a little early the first time. Maybe this time it'll be better at 33.93. Okay, so you'll need the later version of Trade Ideas to have that. And let's see what else. So there's the demo. You can take out a demo of Trade Ideas. And I do a daily video between 1:15 and 1:45 every day. You can sign up for it right there. So those are the links. That's the latest production version, 4.2.74, but I would download the latest beta, which is, I think, 4.2.79. Well, we went with IB because that was majority of our customers use Interactive Brokers, and we wanted to make sure that it was working perfectly well with our Brokerage Plus platform and everything else before we start to look at other platforms. So that's kind of the reason. But we are looking to add more platforms. I can't tell you if Fidelity will be one of them. We link with many platforms, okay? We have a linking tool, external linking tool, all right? And typically what happens is you run through a very simple procedure. Linking means that if you click on a symbol, any symbol, it'll load into your order entry in the brokerage platform that you're using. Basically just bypassing the step of having to type it in. Doesn't mean it's going to trade it or anything like that, auto trade it or anything like that, but basically, you know, you don't have to keep typing in symbols all day long into your order entry. And we link with many, many platforms. Another little one, 17 million in the float, double AC. Sort of room does that? Actually, I have some room, guys. One moment, please. All right, I'm back. All I can say, Graydon, is that, you know, we talk with IB, not necessarily about that, but and listen, I'll be completely honest. I mean, I mean, IB is not expensive. I mean, their commissions are cheap. The actual platform itself is not expensive. So not like the old days. Okay, where to go to upgrade? Paradox, click on subscriptions right there. Subscriptions. And right there, download TI Pro or Beta. And then when you click on that link, just scroll down about 2/3 and you'll see the beta. Whoa, ABIO is halted. You're absolutely right. What is it stacking up at? 766, 766. So not extraordinary, not yet anyway. There it is, the halt at 753. So if it's a 5-minute halt, we will be open at 10:48, 19 seconds. 19 seconds after 10:48. So keep an eye on that one. But now 8:08. And is there news? I don't see the specific news, but it wouldn't surprise me if the news pops in before the 5 minutes are up. KSS. Yeah, no kidding. Cole's got, of course, tremendously beaten up on earnings 8 days ago, 8 business days ago. And yeah, look at that. So trying to come back with the market. The market is it's bounced back. It was weak pre-market, but it is definitely trying to come back here. For a while anyway. Okay, guys, again, just a reminder, try to keep comments off the stocks only, all right? This tab right there, stocks only. You have off topic or tech support, okay? That's why I created these for you guys, okay? Just try to keep this area just for stock ideas, all right? Yes, we do know that it's halted, yes. So you can see right there, 76% versus 24%, based on these two kind of competing strategies. Makes sense with the market doing what it's doing. All right, this is the compare count window with a ticker, a real-time ticker scrolling. So look at GM bouncing. I don't know. Is there a tweet out about no Mexican tariffs now? CRS. Which is the reason. So you can see, I mean, Dana is a auto parts, right? Yeah, so they're in that sector. So the automotive sector is rebounding today, somewhat. So you can see right now that all four, nothing's been stopped out yet. These are all 90-minute holds, so 9:47. So just add 90 minutes. That's when Hollywood will get out of the trade, regardless of how well it's doing. Okay, because each one of these, the 5-day bounce is a 90-minute hold. But you can see with the market kind of doing what it's doing, that the 5-day bounce is not a bad strategy for today, as long as the market keeps putting a little bit of a bounce. And now ABIO is open for business. ABIO. I don't see this in a specific reason yet. I'm sure it must be somewhere, but I'm just looking at my IB headlines. I don't see a specific reason for the big move here. Super low float. Okay, so yeah, so cars may be a bounce candidate, not yet though. So it is continuing down here. Where are you located? Yeah, Chicago. Okay, but it is a candidate. But it is now a lifetime low. A lifetime low. Well, it is a reverse split. They did a reverse split. But now, just looking for a specific. Wow, look at this. So this was a reverse split. I have it in my reverse splitters, so I don't know what the ratio was, but of course it will have some room. I mean, yeah, 888 is the D200. See, this is more what I like. Something that looks more like this, and then the big spike. Something more. It's not quite 45 degrees, but I mean, it's you don't have a lot of little areas of potential resistance. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to get to 17, but nope. Everything you see here is part of standard MAC. So it's just a compared, called a compared count window. You can have it. All my scans are here. Everything is here. Just click on that link, scans, and it's actually at the bottom. I just added it. So basically what it does is, somebody brought it up on Friday, and I decided I'll add it, asking what the compare counts were all about. Basically, it just takes, 300K movers to the upside with greater than 300,000 volume versus the movers to the downside with greater three. So it's kind of two competing strategies. I hate the ideas, two competing ideas. So you can see right now with the market kind of putting in a bit of a move, 76% versus 24% stocks. Just look at the summary here. So here are the filters I'm using. So if a stock with these filters in place makes a new high, we'll see it real time. And then the competing one, if it makes a new low with these filters in place, we'll see it. So there's AMH. So it's kind of interesting, kind of draws your attention, with all these stocks making new highs with these filters in place. Here's one making a new low, AMH. But it sort of gives you a bit of a snapshot of what the market's doing with these filters in place. And Dan is very nice from Holly. There's the alert, 1473, 1523 right now, up 3%, 3.3%. Now, I didn't see that, but now look at DKS, guys. DKS, nice little move here off that 5 minutes. Pretty extended on the 15, but again, that got beaten up last week. Earnings play 2 days ago, 2 business days ago. Okay, ABIO, a little bit of a rest, man. It hit almost $9. Let's see if this one has continuation. The other ones didn't really have any, not that much. Yeah, they did not have continuation. Now this was probably this is a bit of a joke because it had no news. The CTRV, but the ATXI definitely had no continuation whatsoever. This is another auto stock, isn't it? AutoNation, yeah. I still don't see any news about ABIO. Yeah, I don't see it. You probably have to go to Twitter or something like that. I just don't see any headline for it. not specific news for it. So, I mean, it did the reverse split, but that was a few days ago. Yeah, they're probably, yeah, exactly. They're probably releasing information at these MRO guys. MRO, interesting from Holly. Definitely like the looks of that 5-day bounce. It's a, it sets up well in my eyes anyway. Most of these have a lot of room. But the Dan is certainly the star, now up 3.8%. Oh, this one is true. Now you would think maybe there's some support right around here. There's the low right there, 560. Only not quite a lifetime low, but it takes that out, probably more or less a lifetime low. Let's back this out. This is back, well, okay, this is back in 2016. So over 3 years ago to get to those lows for true. Yeah, so still no continuation so far for these ones that got halted. Not today anyway. We had a lot of them last week. Big continuations. Man, LK, what a nice comeback. Yeah, this can't be 42,000. It just can't be in the float. Sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry. I sneezed, muted myself, forgot to turn it back on. Thank you. I just don't believe it. It's that simple. 40,000 a share float is crazy low. I mean, the share offering was around 4 million. So I don't believe that only 10% or less than 10% is in the float. Let me just see. I'm sure it was. It's funny because LK, for whatever reason, I noticed this last week. LK, for whatever reason, is not showing up on my last 100 IPOs. Talking about right here. I noticed this last week. It's not showing up unless I'm missing it. No, these are way before. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up, but I'm pretty sure it was 4 million at 17. Yeah, I may take some of this if it gets over 8. ABIO. I mean, it has a lot of room, obviously. What's the spread like? Yeah, 10-cent spread, $7 stock. Not terrible, but yeah, I still have my alert set for about 650 for ATXI. If it takes it out later on today, right around here. You can see why. There's a topping tail right there on the 15-minute chart, and there's the top of the body and that one. So, if it takes that out, it could have another run. I mean, it did get up to almost $8, so we'll see. All right, so you can see right now the market's starting to just fade a little bit here. These 5-day bouncers are starting to fade also. Look at the Dan. No, these are really tied to the market, these. You can just sort of see, just watch them. So the 5-day bouncers were working well on that move here. But as the market starts to move down a little bit, the bouncers are going to start to fade a little bit. And this Trox is moving here. Trox has room. This has room also. TROX. Good volume. Okay, I'm watching LK here. See how well it holds 22. Well, Google them. I'm sure they're probably some kind of a fun, Neil. Just Google Melvin Cap. All right, Newell, kind of interesting. NWL, big float, almost half a billion. Has some room, certainly to move here. All right, so LK struggling to hold 22. I'm going to stick an alert around 22.10, see if it gets back up, 22.11 or so. Gets back over 22, I may take some. Okay, guys. Shoot, may have missed my entry for A Bio. No, I know, but I was waiting for an 8 break and it broke a little too quickly for me, but we'll see. All right, we just sort of have to watch the sensitive ears in here, Neil. WW means worth watching. All right, here's a little one, XON, moving now, probably coming into some resistance right around that area here. All right, guys, wow, I had to deal with that spread, but I'm in the A bio. Now we'll see what happens here. Sort of an average of about 830. I was able to pick some up in between and all that. So we'll see what happens. Try to put a $8 stop. Not loving the spread, but we'll see. Take us back up over that 850. See if you can challenge that 9. Crazy low float, of course. Look at it now. Yeah. Oh, jumping all over the place. Just be careful. Just be careful. CRS, I guess it had a bounce. It did have a bounce. Yeah, finally. 1906. Nice bounce. Nicely done, real. So again, I'm just watching the ABIO. I just don't want it to go below 8. It gets closer to the 8, I'll probably exit again. My share size is based on that. Okay, I'm out. Now I'll keep watching it. The spread just got a little bit crazy. No, I know. But again, I share size accordingly. Okay, so I know this is an algorithm in place here, but you see, this is what I would have done. I mean, with the Dan 1473, if you got in that one right here, the minute you start seeing something like this, I would not have waited. I mean, Holly got out at 1507 because it's a timed exit, 90 minutes after the 9:47 time. So it's a timed exit. I would have got out at least something in this area here. You know, I would not have waited for it to get down to 1508. You too, be like water, Julian. Yes. So, you know, I mean, look how the equity curve went, it was all the way up here. I think it was about 400. And then as the market started doing this, look how it dropped on the 5-day bounce. So that's why you have to pay attention. Here's maybe another bounce candidate. Maybe too much resistance here though. CTL. Yeah, true, true, true. Wow. Well, we're getting, I mean, look, is this going to hold? 561. I don't know if I could have got it anyway. Actually, I could have. It was only down 8% when I first saw it, I think in this area here. Yeah, let's see if A-Bio can get back over 8 anyway. I'll have an alert set around that 8:30 mark again. Just not seeing a lot of follow through on the ones that got halted today. Not like last week. No, look at Enbridge. Look at these big candles here in the 15-minute for Enbridge. Straight down on the fives from 37 down to 36 for ENB, probably a big float. Yep. 2 billion in the float. Yeah, IB's not, or ABI is not shortable for me at Interactive Brokers anyway. All right, well, CTL looks like it's trying to have a little pop, but I mean, I look at this and think too close, too close. If this weren't here, it'd be a lot better, CTL, for a potential bounce. Okay, interesting one. Not quite a red bar ignored. NVTA. This has room on the weekly. Certainly has room. I mean, you look left. Last week the high was 1822, so approaching that. 1857 the week before. But look at the potential room for NVTA. That had earnings 18 days ago. Got kind of, it's probably right there. Got clobbered. What's the float like? 49 million? Not an excessive float. All right, so ABIO is trying to make a little comeback here off that 8 level. Yeah, I don't even try. If I see it's not shortable, I don't even try. See if they'll find them for me. If it's not, when I say that, if it's not short immediately, I don't even try. All right, guys. So listen, GNCA is maybe making this move off 9. Well, maybe not. It looked like it was up to 920 or so. Spread is not terrible. 6 cents, 8 cents. Obviously it has room. But it's been a bit of a challenging day for these ones that got halted, or the ones with lots of news, for follow through. Oh, Enbridge continues down here. There's a big area for it to try to hold, if not. I just wish I know you shouldn't worry about this so much, but this says it's starting to pop here, bounce back, CTL. Could be interesting level for this one to break. IOVA 1810. Where did it get to last week? It got up, wow, got up to 1912 last week. I think this is the week it released earnings. A very good reaction, of course. Let's take an alert up here. 1809, see if it can break out of here. Yeah, GNCA kind of playing with us right there. So you have a topping tail there, and there, almost at the same level of 930. I guess if it can take that out, especially, well, look at the volume. I mean, the volume is good, but on the way down now. But get a big volume burst taking this out. So just stick the alert and see what happens. All right, so LK did not continue over 22 so far anyway. I have an alert set around here. All right, guys, I'm just checking some emails right now. All right, guys, ABIO, hey, maybe. Wow. Well, guys, what can I say? I got to fill not as much as I wanted, but enough, and I've scalped it out. I don't trust it completely. So sorry, no, but you heard me talking about it. You have to make up your mind if you want to take something like that. But I am out of it. Yeah, I got a fill at I think it was 829. Crazy. Yeah, same thing on the multi-strategy window. Just right click, properties, don't repeat. But that'll prevent it from repeating with all the strategies you have in there. So it makes sense, Chris? Yeah. No, the count doesn't work like that at all. The count just literally tells you how many times it's making a new high or low. Wow, am I ever? I mean that this is tough. Jeez, no kidding, erratic. I don't think this is the day for the low floaters. I mean, just looking at the GNCA, just will not hold 9. Look at that, had that alert set. Remember, it just got up to about 933 and it's just giving it up. So I don't think today's doesn't appear to be the day for the low floaters. Yeah. Yeah, the only good thing about this ABIO, I'm out of it completely, okay? But the bottoming tails there, now I did have a topping tail there too and a big one there. But these bottoming tails recently, sellers are trying, but the buyers are trying to take it up, but it's pretty erratic. Somebody asked me about bottoming tails, topping tails. Where was that question? Yeah, I thought I saw somebody ask a question about topping tails or bottoming tails, but maybe I'm wrong. Off topic. Oh, Mac. Right, right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea. I mean, what do these mean? Now, this is not perfect because you've got a big topping tail there, but that's what, 45 minutes ago. You also have a topping tail there. But imagine if you didn't have that big topping tail there, but if you have these bottoming tails, again, what does it mean? Sellers try to knock it down, buyers close it higher. Now, this one, I mean, it's too early. It has 12 minutes to close, so we don't know. I mean, this might just be a continuous red bar down. But imagine if it closed up here, green, or even if it was red, but a big bottoming tail. And again, think about what they all mean, what that means. Sellers try, buyers close it higher. Sellers try, buyers close it higher. Eventually, if you have enough of them, sellers give up and say, you know what, you guys can have it for a while. But this does not look good right now, unless it pops right back up. Again, it's early. It's only 11:34. So this 11:45, this will close. Nope, it doesn't matter what time frame. I mean, I don't trade anything. I don't look at anything less than 5 minutes, but the longer the time frame, more probably more important. But if I saw a series on a 5 minute chart, it would be the same idea. But if you saw them on a 15-minute chart, yeah, probably. Especially if the bodies were fairly narrow. Like not big, wide body, big bottoming tails, wide body. Like to see sort of narrow bodies, and then look at lift. Good for you guys. Think it's not easy coming up with a trade of the week every week. Ah, excellent. I'm sorry. I'm responding. Sorry, responding to an email. No, I don't look at anything less than a. Oh, I see. You're not asking me, Vicky. I know you're not asking me. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I just don't know how much room it's got though. It looks like there's pretty decent resistance right around here. So for true on a bounce. All right, guys, it's getting close to my break. Erratic day. I mean, the ABIO helped me, but I mean, I had to be so quick on that one. All right, so look at ABIO now. Now look at that. What time is it? 8:38. So still 7 minutes to close. So you see what's happening here. I mean, if this can, especially if it closes, near that 850 mark, you get these bottoming tails. Now it's starting to form a nice bottoming tail. You get two in a row in a 15-minute chart. Eventually, these sellers just give up for a while. I'm not saying forever, but they just give up for a while. I mean, and they just allow the buyers to have their fun for a while. But again, we still have 6 minutes for this to close. This could turn into a big red candle all the way down. I mean, something like this with only 500,000 in the float. This is why you get these super erratic moves. The candle, for the candle to close. It's a 15-minute candle, so it's 11:39 right now. So this candle will close at 11:45, and the new one will start at 11:45. So this is the 11:30 to 11:45 15-minute candle. So it hasn't closed yet. So 11:30 to 11:45 15-minute candle. So it hasn't closed yet. So 11:30 to 11:45 15-minute candle. So it hasn't closed yet. So 11:30 to 11:45 15-minute candle. So it hasn't closed yet. So it hasn't closed yet. Well, Con, which has earnings in 7 days, actually. Con has earnings in 7 days. DVA, yeah, it's too bad. I didn't see this one. This is a red bar ignored 4504 right there. That's a classic. I mean, you got a nice little uptrend. Red bar ignored right there for DVA. And then the next candle is green, moving higher, still moving higher. Lots of room too for, well, you know what I want to say, the old Inagata. So you can put an alert around 9, yeah, to see if it takes out that 200-day. Obviously, it still has, if it can take that out, but you'd be, depending on the pattern, you'd be chasing it maybe. Never want to chase, but certainly it has room. But it's got to get through that. What did it get to? 888? Yeah, it got right, in fact, right to the penny. Right to the penny. Amazing, isn't it? Now look, so you see another 3 minutes for it to close. So this may not close, with that big bottoming tail.